Okay, welcome back. And our guest is Mr. Emmanuel Bello. He's the Special Advisor, Media and Digital Communications to the Governor of Taraba State, Dr. Agbo Kefas. And so we were talking there. Actually, this is important. Both the people, it was Ada first, and then Aliu from Yola, spoken about this whole matter about insecurity and the role of agriculture. And it seemed that Mr. Aliu in Yola was sort of very insistent that, look, cattle herders, pastoralists, they have the right to their, trade, their living. Well, that's what they do. Everybody is a citizen. Everybody has their rights. So how could you speak to that? And by the way, maybe you might sort of rub in the 50 billion naira grant that was that the figure that everybody got? Would that be helpful in this? What would be the distribution of that allocation of funds?
No, I think if you're talking about the federal government palliative,
yes,
only 50 billion to states, it's 5 billion per state. I mean, that's what the federal government.
Okay, yeah.
But yes, you're right. You see, that's what we're discussing about the central problem of herders on one hand, and of course farmers on the other hand. It's a very thorny one. But we can borrow from best practices around the world, where countries that have got even bigger number of cows than Nigeria, and they've got farmers too. So what have they done? What has been done in those countries, and what are the best global practices? What I think the expert found that is that ranching is the best way to go about. When you ranch the cattle, they are better served. They have better yield. In fact, even their milk production tends to go up rather than having them crisscross the country in the way it's done.
Yeah, but sorry, but as you know, most of the traditionalists, they sort of frown at the ranching option. Maybe not all of them, because, there are some who have established their own ranches who could afford it, but perhaps those who can't. And so that has always been a source of conflict because, as you know, it's an age-old practice. So in terms of ranching, which you are just saying rightly, that is the way to go. Is work in that direction? What's the state of what's the progress report on that, or is it something that you are yet to sort of start? I think it has frozen again. Okay. Mazi Okoro, but even Mazi. Good morning, Mazi.
Good morning, I guess. Good morning, Your Excellency. First of all, congratulations, Your Excellency.
Well, actually, we have representing His Excellency Emmanuel Bello, who is the Special Advisor, Media and Digital Communications.
He will extend the greetings to His Excellency.
Okay.
Now, I want to find out from our guests. Now, he should tell at least the council to look into this issue. From Benue to Taraba State, there has been a very long time problem on that very route. There is need for the present government, as His Excellency we know is a retired colonel. Let him make
Lieutenant Colonel
wealth of experience as a retired military officer to bring a lasting solution. Because there are a lot of land on that route, and the cultivation of that place is always very rich. If you see food from that place, you start wondering whether it's part of that. And most of the people that are around that, they don't even use fertilizer. It's natural vegetation. And this issue of this school exam fee of indigenous, or the Taraba people, the government should try as much as possible now, at least.
I know. You bring in education matter.
Or champ. At least
between you and Ada.
They should try as much as possible and pay the examination body, because I've seen that states collect this fees after the children writing the exam. They will not see their results, which is education is one of the dividends of democracy. Because if you want a state to be vibrant, to move to business, at least don't play with education. And we are not talking about financial. Let's look at the angle of educational aspect of that. Most of these schools in Nigeria today, they don't. So the teachers are there, teaching aids are not there, benches and chairs are not very there. You should look into this. Let's look. Tackle education, at least tackle it very.
Okay.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's like I'm going to let you. Well, actually, we have to be careful because I want to manage time because I still want to talk about solid minerals in that area. And also, for instance, education has come up. It's what I wanted to speak about. Tell me what the government has been able to do in that area. In fact, the person who has just finished speaking and the very first caller, Ada, calling in from Jos, both of these people are educationists. So anyhow, it doesn't matter what your topic is, they will bring it around to education. So, and rightly so, because it's crucial. It's very, very important. So maybe you could just take that. I know it's become something of a mixture now, but surely you understand the concern of people for education because it's going to help. It's part of development. Okay.
I've been getting a lot of interruptions. It's getting muted, and I get back again and all of that. Show some. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, so I've been getting a lot of interruption. I have not finished my thoughts really on the.
Okay,
on the
look.
headers.
Okay, I tell you what. Let me just let you finish your thought. I know, but you see, everybody is interested in Taraba. So as you see, you start somewhere. Somebody will call in.
They should be interested a lot in what's happening because we are gradually becoming the flagship of good governance in the country, and Governor Kefas brings a lot of sort of star power to the kind of work he does here. Very attractive. I think a last call. Let me finish my thought on the header. So, Taraba State, like most states with cows, we respect the rights of course, headers, and we seek to protect it. That's why just recently the governor had a meeting with his counterpart, Benue State, to look at how we're able to solve some of this problem. So we had in attendance, major Fulani leaders, owners of cattle. In Taraba, we should also know that we are actually a very multicultural kind of setting. It's not just the Fulani people in Taraba that have got cows. You've got indigenous people, indigenous Fulani, and other tribes too, who actually own cows, and then they've lived in this for many, many years. But this crisis of this migration of cows around is one that, of course, maybe we're part of a larger problem that we're seeking to find. But a lot of our people are ready to partner with government, especially with the issue of ranching. If you provide the right ranches and you provide the facility there, I can assure you that it's going to be a win-win on both sides. And so government in Taraba State, government is experimenting with that law.
Okay, but I didn't get an answer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I'm very sorry. I didn't get an answer to sort of a progress report on whether ranching was going to be something that would be on offer in Taraba, whether it was a work in progress or actually it exists already. Well, okay, let me bring on Mr. George. You see, the internet connectivity, I think, is a sort of one kind.
Yes, connectivity, yes, but it's back now. I can hear you.
Okay. So I said I just wanted a quick answer to the state of affairs concerning ranching in Taraba, if at all that, is it a work in progress or do you actually have ranches or are you planning to establish ranches? Okay, let me bring on Mr. George. Good morning, Mr. George. Thank you for holding on. Please go ahead now.
Okay, good morning, Uncle Yori, and I also greet your guest.
Yes.
Uncle Yori, while I agree with the idea of grazing for the cattle rearers, the same thing cannot be applied to farming. The insecurity that has pervaded the country today started from the headers who are involved in rearing their cattle from place to place. That's what brought about the conflict with farmers when the cattle destroy the farms. So even economically, it is better to graze at one spot than to be going from spot to spot where there is no economic interest per se. But that same concept cannot be applied to farmers. The rotational bush fallow system is what we practice in this part of the world because of the extent to which we have gone in technology. We are not high in technological development. The farmers farm from one place to the other because in farming, after a number of rounds of farming on a land, it becomes less fertile. Then they now move to another more fertile ground because they are not yet using the technology that makes the land to be continually fertile for growth. So you cannot, and farming does not produce insecurity per se. If you move from one place to another to farm, it does not pose insecurity to the environment or to people. So we cannot use the same concept of, okay, grazing for cattle rearers, then the farmers should also be confided. No, it doesn't apply. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that the insecurity aspect, which comes with grazing, is the reason why confinement to a particular environment should be encouraged.
All right. We're going to have to leave it there, Mr. George, because our time is fast running out. Thank you very much for calling in. Same to you, Mr. Emmanuel Bello, Special Advisor to the Governor on Media and Digital Communications. I'm going to sort of leave that for now. We could never be exhaustive about this whole, about world that you have to talk about. And I want to talk about solid minerals. I want you to talk to me about solid minerals. As you know, there's a renewed focus on solid minerals. We have a ministry for it now and a minister. Tell me about solid minerals. What are the solid minerals available in Taraba? Okay, it's still...
Hello?
Hello, did you hear me?
Yeah.
I wanted you to talk to us. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, please. Talk to us about solid minerals in Taraba.
Oh, yes. You know, there's a state that calls itself the home of solid minerals, but Taraba can actually appropriate that name, where the real home of solid minerals.
I see.
The latest finding being uranium, you know, that was discovered in zinc local government.
Uranium?
Yes, uranium. You know uranium, the solid mineral. And we've got everything here in Taraba. Taraba is a land that is practically flowing with gold, silver and gold, and all sort of things. And we can actually do a lot on our IGR, on our internally generated revenues from solid minerals. So when this governor came up, the first thing he stopped was illegal mining. And there was an executive order stopping that. We're not stopping miners from coming to Taraba. We're just saying that we have to get it right. We have to stop the illegal activities of people cashing out on, and then the state getting nothing out of it, individuals. And those illegal mining actually also give right to other sort of criminality, you know, around the country. So we're dealing with that right now. There's a task force set up headed by General Franca, a retired general, and they're doing a lot of work, you know, charging people to court and stopping a lot of those illegal mining activities. This is just to create the atmosphere ready for legal mining, such a way that you know, everybody can benefit from the state can actually benefit from this.
So has it been cleaned up then? Has mining of these solid minerals, has it been cleaned up since there's a task force that has been set up particularly to, you know, prevent illegal mining?
Yeah, it's a work in progress, and I think by next week or so we should be able to have a holistic idea. But I can show you that a lot of work has been done in that direction. General Faransa and his team, you know, normally found out into the very far nooks and crannies of where these illegal activities are going on, and a lot of arrests have been made. The atmosphere has been cleared. The governor has been meeting with people that are licensed miners and looking at those licenses, trying to upgrade them, trying to look at them, so that, you know, everyone can benefit from the state. A state like Taraba has no need to actually depend too much on even external revenues. If we can tap into our agricultural, tourism, solid mineral potential, I can assure you that we can actually think or dream of a Taraba that is beyond oil, a Taraba that can look into its own, you know, what it got, God-given potentials to actually raise the kind of funding that we'll be needing to take care of all our buyers.
Okay, let me squeeze in the appeal of the governor to indigents in the diaspora, you know, for assistance. Talk to me about that scheme. How? What is the vision in that regard? Because the
No,
governor...
yes, the governor had a very elaborate meeting with Taraba, people living outside the state, especially in Abuja and Lagos, almost everywhere in the world. And he said, look, I'm doing a lot of good work back home. We're making the state safer. We are opening up the skies. We now have flights into our state almost on a regular basis. And he's saying that given all that he's doing, government is a partnership. Government is it's a collective effort. So he's asking expertise of Taraba that, it's outside the state to come in, to think of Taraba as a place where they can actually, lend their expertise, whether it's in the area of exploration, whether it's in the area of just, giving their own ideas on how they think things should be run. That he's open. He's open to their commitment. He's open to their partnership, or to the need for them to actually come to, assist or contribute their quota.
Indeed.
And that it is not a competition where some people think that, oh, well, look, my state now, I'm the governor, I want to do it all. They saying that, look, no, if you have anything, and it's bipartisan, it doesn't matter what party, it doesn't matter where you're from, it's open to partnership, to cooperation, to collectivity, and the kind of, unity of purpose, so that those of us back home here will not think that the people from outside don't care. And those of them outside there will not think that, well, the people back home don't really need us. They don't invite us. So it's providing the kind of thing, the platform to say, look, if you have anything to offer, you don't really have any excuse. I'm ready. I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to collective efforts, so that we can bridge that divide. Because
it froze again, but we understand this is it's a connectivity issue. But if I can, okay, if I can get you back, are you back, Mr. Bello? Not yet, because I was gonna.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Very. You've come back now. I heard what you said about, Tarabans in diaspora, and that is going to be, apart from seeking investment generally. Yes, of course, the sons of Taraba will naturally, be interested, but also apart from that, seeking investment opportunities, partnerships. I'm sure the governor is also working on that.
Sorry, what did you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I was saying that foreign investments, I'm sure that is also something that's on your list as well. Apart from the citizens, the diasporans. Apart from that, foreign investment probably is a matter of interest to you in Taraba as well.
Yes, a lot. And I don't think in the last years of my experience, there's been any governor that has partnered with countries. In less than 100 days, Governor Abu Kefas has been to practically almost every other embassy you can find. China, Germany, the UK, the US, India.
Okay.
Yes, he's partnered, he's gone to those places, and he didn't just wait for them. He went to them and said, look, I need your buy-in, I need your partnership. And whether it's in agriculture, or in solid minerals, or in energy, because we're working a lot with trying to see other forms of energy, especially with the crisis of fuel and all of that.
So far, so good. At least you've given us a glimpse into what's going on in Taraba, and it's encouraging. And what we'll do is that we've run out of time now, but we shall certainly touch base to see the progress that has been made very, very shortly. But I want to thank you very much, Mr. Bello, Mr. Emmanuel Bello, Special Advisor, Media and Digital Communications to the Taraba State Governor, Dr. Agba Kefas. Thank you very much for your time this morning. And that brings us to the end of our program today. Do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folaren. Bye-bye for now.
There's been a lot of